and welcome. This is our first live video of 2023. I'm going to have to get used to that. Good morning to you. My name is Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, sort of in the centre of the UK. So thank you so much for joining us today. I would like to wish you all a very happy new year. I trust that you had hopefully a good Christmas and hopefully spent with family and or friends. I feel for anybody who's had bad weather around the world. I know over in America they've had so much flooding and snow, so I just wish everybody to be safe and well. Today I'm going to be introducing you to some of the new papers. Before I do that, I just want to run through the catalogue, because we're in a switch of catalogues at the moment, so I just want to let you know what is current and what is going and what's coming. So we have this is our annual catalogue. It's got these lovely flowers on the front, and this runs till the end of April of this year. So it started last May, it runs to the end of April, and then we have a new annual catalogue that comes out in right at the beginning of May, along with some new in colours as well. So the in colours change every year, and those 5 in colours run for 2 years, so there's like on a rolling basis. So if you have this catalogue, it's current. Hi Jeanette, Happy New Year to you, and thank you for my lovely cards. So if you have this one, is current. If you have a previous annual catalogue, obviously you're welcome to use it for inspiration and ideas, but just be aware that some of the products may have been retired. So what I do advise you to do is write on the cover retired catalogue or highlight the date, so that you're not disappointed if you try and order something that's no longer available. But by all means keep the catalogue, because there are so many different ideas and suggestions on every page, and even if you don't have a particular stamp set, you can utilise that idea or a layout or a series of colours to make that work for you. So that's our current annual catalogue. Hi Glenda, Happy New Year to you. And this one, as I say, runs through to the end of April, and it contains stamp sets, dies, and it also has all of the information about our adhesives and our tools, our main ribbon collection, and our annual papers, and all of the cardstock and the colours. I'm just going to find those pages there. So you'll find all of this information in the annual catalogue. Okay, this is not carried over into the mini catalogues. Those are just extensions with additional products. So if you don't have this particular current annual catalogue there, and you're based in the UK or Ireland, then do obviously let me know, and I can pop one out in the post to you. Hi Brenda. So that's where you'll find all of the basic supplies, plus obviously lots of stamp sets, dies, bundles, ribbons, etc., and adhesives. All of the adhesives are in here. You can also look at this online. You can go to my website and find them. You'll see a link on the right hand side. If you go to jeminicraft.co.uk, you can look at this online if you need to. So that's the annual catalogue. Morning Brenda, and Happy New Year to you. I can't remember if I said it now. Okay, this is our current mini catalogue. So this mini catalogue runs this year, last year, Now I can say that, July to the end of December. There is a little bit of an overlap, so because of bank holidays and things like that. So this finishes on the 4th of January, and a lot of the items in here will be retiring, and a lot of them are discounted up to 60%. There's some great bargains to be had. Obviously this is based very much on Christmas and New Year's and celebrations, Halloween, obviously, harvest, things like that. But there are some great bargains to be had. Now I did a run through of the bargains, so you can find that on YouTube if you look back through there. But there are some lots of these items still available. I think most of the papers, if not all of the papers, have gone. So do have a look through that and grab yourself a bargain. For example, this lovely set of penguins is only £6.80, and you can get the punch as well for £7.20. So £14 buys you the complete bundle. So that finishes on the 4th. So you still have an opportunity now to order anything on there. And again, if you go to my website, jeminicrafts.co.uk, on the right hand side there is a button for it's called the last chance list, and that will take you to the items that are available and retiring. Okay, and then we come to 2023 and our new catalogues. So I can't show you the contents of these until they go live, but this starts on the 5th of January. We have a Sale-A-Bration catalogue, and this runs January to the end of February 2023. There isn't one later on in the year like we had last year, so this is your one chance to take advantage of Sale-A-Bration between the months of January and February. And this is a great offer for people purchasing, for joining our team, or for hosting a party, or running collecting orders with other customers. For example, you know, your friends and things like that. You can collect orders together and make extra savings. So in there are a series of free items that anybody can earn with an order of £45 or more. There are some higher value items for orders of £90, and it's on a rolling basis. So if you ordered £90 of stuff, you could either choose 2 of the 45 qualification items or 1 of the £90 qualification items. One of the products I'm going to show you today are these fabulous papers, and these are free with a £45 order. So that's Sale-A-Bration, and this goes alongside our new mini catalogue, and this runs January to the end of April 2023. And like our winter catalogue, Happy New Year Moretta, Happy New Year Jill. Like our winter catalogue that we just had, this is an addition to our annual catalogue. So it contains stamps, dies, ribbons, there's a few new masks and things like that in there. So there's a complete combination of things, but it is supplementary to the main catalogue. But in here you won't find the card, for example, or adhesives. You need to use your main catalogue for that. I haven't sent these out yet because we've had so many delays in the post, and obviously with 2 sets of delayed bank holidays. But I will be taking these to Coffee and Card on Friday and Coffee and Card on Monday. So if you come to either of those events, then you will receive your copy Friday or Monday, and I will also be posting the rest of these out later this week. I'm hoping that the post has got itself sorted out finally. So these will be going off from Wednesday onwards. So if you've purchased from me in the last year, you will receive your copy automatically. If you're not on my mailing list or you haven't purchased recently, then I will be sending out an email to my email list requesting a catalogue. And obviously, if you're local to me, then I'll probably pop your catalogue directly through your letterbox. So this has got some fabulous new products, and I will be showing these as soon as these go live. So that is Thursday. So I hope you join me Thursday when I'll be going through the products and the catalogue then. Right, that was a lot of chatter, I'm afraid. 10 minutes of chatter before we've even started. But I always think it's useful just to clarify where we are with the catalogues, especially when we have a switchover coming up. Right, so these are the Dainty Designs, Dainty Flower Designs papers. So these are free during Sale-A-Bration only for a £45 order. So if you place an order of £45 or more, you can select this as one of your items. They are 12 by 12 sheets, as you can see, and there are 12 sheets altogether. So this is half a pack. They are beautiful if you love wildflowers, but equally the patterns on the reverse are also interesting and useful. So if you're not a wildflower person or you're not a floral person, then you can obviously use the reverse or choose something else. If you followed me for a while, you know that I love florals, so this is right up my street. The background for most of them is white, but it does have a textured look to it, so it almost looks like you put it through an embossing folder. I think if you put this through an additional embossing folder, it would look stunning as well. So we have 6 different sheets. This is, I'm going to say this is I'm not sure that is my favourite because I love all of them, but this one is perfect for making 6 quick cards, cut down the middle, cut each of those at 10 centimetres or 9.5 centimetres, and pop it onto a card, add a sentiment, and you're good to go. Absolutely love those. This is the next one, so it has an all over design, so perfect for a backing for a card. If you're that way inclined, you could fussy cut some of these out. For me, they're far too small to do that, but I know people will definitely do that. And I just love the combination. So we've got like little pansies. Oh, I'm not very good on my flowers. I do apologise, but just really, really pretty. We have this one here with a like a soft seafoam background, and this is like ferns and just foliage. And then we have this, which is a smaller, like a smaller version of this one. It's not quite the same, it's slightly different. But some of the similar designs with the ferns added in. And again, these have got like a mottled background, so it looks like it's been embossed. It reminds me of the sort of diary of an Edwardian lady that was published many, many years ago, that had really pretty floral designs. They were on a sort of cream vanilla background. We have this one here. So the pink in here that you can see is Rich Raspberry. Hi Claire, Happy New Year to you. I've got your parcel for you. I'll get that posted as soon as the post is back to normality, hopefully on Wednesday. So yeah, so we've got Rich Raspberry, and the other colours in here we've got Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. And then this one, again, another easy panel to utilise. You can just literally chop this off here and here, and you've got 6 panels to make cards, and then obviously you can use these, and I think this would make a fabulous bookmark. I know it's not stamped, but what's interesting is that this actually matches a new stamp set in the mini catalogue. and in fact nearly all, not all, but nearly all of the new Sale-A-Bration products coordinate with something from the mini catalogue, so you can put it to even more use. But I think cut that panel down. Either you could use that in the centre of a card, or I definitely think you can make a really nice bookmark out of that. Just cut that out, layer it onto a darker piece of card, and then onto maybe some white. Use your a tag topper or a design at the top. Oh, excuse me. A die at the top and thread ribbon through. Just love that. And then with these panels, you could stamp something on the inside of here, long thin sentiment, or you could put a die on top of that. So that would make 6 cards straight off, and then 2 panels. And then the reverse sides, we have this one here, which is foliage, almost like soft sea foam on old olive. I don't know if you can see that detail or not. It might be too fine for the camera to pick up. We have this one with fresh freesia and some little dots all over it. This one is fabulous. This is on the back of the larger flowers, and that would make some fabulous backgrounds that you could either just literally stamp straight onto. You could add a die cut piece, or you could add some die cut foliage. Really pretty, so I'll be definitely using that soon as well. This is Blushing Bride with that same or similar detail. It's not exactly the same. This is flowers on it. I don't know how much of that you can see, to be honest. Hopefully you'll see a little bit of that background. We've got this one here, which is Starry Sky, with almost like a little sort of fence background, but will make a good man's card background. And then another one of these watercolour splatter effect. If you're not confident or you don't like doing things with watercolour, then that could be a great background design for you. So those are the 6 sheets. As I say, you get 2 each of these, so you could make easily 6, 12, 24 cards. Oh, bless you, Jill. I have to say, I looked at them very quickly when they first arrived, and then I've looked at them now in more detail. So you could make 6, 12, 24 cards just out of the 4 pieces like this, okay, with minimal effort. You could stamp a sentiment in, you could put a banner across there with the sentiment. As I say, you could stamp inside here or add some dies, and then you've still got these 4 panels there, so you can make another 4 cards if you wanted to. So for today, I've got a choice for you. I'm going to do a card with this design to start with, and then you can choose whether you want me to use a piece from here or one of these panels. Okay, so be thinking whether you want, going to use one of these ovals. All 6 of these are the same, so if you pop in the comments whether you want the oval or whether you want the, what shall I call that, all over. Oval or all over. But I'm going to start with a straightforward card. I have prepared some of the background pieces just to save some time. So I've got a piece of white card complete with a paw print from the cat, and I'm going to cover the paw print up with my piece of Mossy Meadow, and only you will know. And then I've cut a piece of that softy foam with the old olive Mossy Meadow that's going to go onto there. So this is a standard card that measures 10.5 by 14.85. So it's an A4 piece of card cut in half and then folded in half. My Mossy Meadow piece, which I'm going to pop on, is 10 by 14.35, so I've got half a centimetre difference. So I have a sort of 2.5mm border all the way around. So I'm just going to pop that on using my seal, nice and quick, and then I'm going to pop this layer on here. So this is a really quick card. Now, this time of year, I need plenty of thank you cards. So that's what this one is going to be. Let's put it the right way around. Let's make sure the card is opening that way. Put my layer on, like so. So I've just got a die cut here. And I've also got some mossy meadow, sort of thick, it's like a flat twine, what do they call it? They call it braided linen trim, because it is like a flat twine that's been braided together or plaited. So what I'm going to do is probably put that behind my sentiment. So I'm just going to stamp my sentiment. I've got Mossy Meadow ink pad. Yes, I have. I have a block and I've got a thank you. So Glenda's gone for the oval. Thank you, Glenda. So just vote now if you want the oval or the all over. I've got my thank you here. Oval and oval so far. So I'm just going to try this on the back of this die cut. This comes from the Pretty Pillow Box die set. Just want to make sure it's going to fit really, which it does. So that's my tip. If you're stamping on a smaller die cut and you just want an odd one, if you're doing a lot, I suggest you use your Stamparatus. But just to make sure it fits, then if you stamp on the reverse, then you're good to go. So there's my little thank you. That's going to go onto there. 2 ovals and an all over. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just cut this little bit of twine, and I did wonder whether to put a piece behind it, but I just want the paper to do all the talking. Let's see how best we do this. So I'm just going to fold this like so. When I do this, I do lots of different methods, so I can't say that I do anything in particular. Just try like that, see what that looks like. Sit for a minute. Right, I'm going to just pop a little bit of seal onto there. It's probably a bit too much now. Oh no, might be alright. And then I'm going to use that as my basis for sticking this down. Do a little bit like that. A bit like that. Yeah, that works. And then I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that so it sits either side of this ribbon, like so. So nice and simple. We need to start the year off simply. So oval, oval and one all over. I suppose I could do both anyway, because they're going to be simple and quick cards. Yeah, let's not put that upside down, eh? There we go. I'm just going to trim this a little bit, like so. And I think what I might do is just put a few gems on there. Put my glasses on. bling on there. Just going to have a look at this. This is from the December mini, the red and the green pearls, but they have silver and gold, and obviously I've used all the silver and gold, as you can see. So let's pop this in there. 1, 2, 3. Could put one each there. Come on those little edges. There we are. 1 and 2, and in fact because I put those down there, I'm going to move that one. I lost its glue, look, there it is. There we go. So there's our first card. Nice, quick and simple, like so. So we've got 2 for the oval and 1 for the all over. So let's have a look. Let's do an oval first and then see how we are for time. Okay, let's move that out of the way. So this is going to be slightly different dimension. So what I'm going to do is just cut this sort of in that centre section between the 2 layers, like that. And then I'm going to do the same with this and then cut it down to even it all up. And I think what I'm going to do is, oops, that was a little bit close, wasn't it? Okay, so I've trimmed this so it's roughly the same either side, and I just want to see what size that is. So that is nearly 3.5. Morning, Lynn, and Happy New Year to you and the family. I hope you had a good Christmas and you caught up with everybody. Okay, so let's start with that. I think I'm going to stamp a sentiment in the middle, and I just need to think which set I've got in my mind, which one I want. Just need to find it. That one. So Flowers of Friendship has got this panel here, which I think, I'm hoping will fit in there. It says life is better with friends like you. That one there. Oh, and I've even got some off-cut pieces there, look. Such a pretty set. So, am I right? Yes. That fits. So I'm thinking maybe rich raspberry to pick out this colour there. Let's have a look and see. Just grab a spare sheet of grid paper. So it's 10:30, so we'll just do the one of this one, and then I'll do another one perhaps tomorrow. I will do some more with this set. So I've got rich raspberry here. So Happy New Year to anybody else who is watching who hasn't said hi. Thank you. Now you could stamp this onto an oval die. I think that would be quite effective. And pop that in there. We have some assorted oval dies. I'm hoping I've got that straight. Yeah. So there we go. Life is better with friends like you. And so all I need to do is just work out my layering to pop that onto a card. So this one, I'm just going to trim a little bit off the left. Just so that it's slightly closer to that edge, like so. Okay, so I'm thinking a rich raspberry layer to start with. I've got an offcut here that I can use. So what I'm going to do is position that over there and then trim it down, only because I want to cover up that bit there. Oh, it's got that lovely background. So I'm just going to add lay that onto there, like so, and then trim it down. And then I'm just using the guideline here and the edge of my piece there. It won't be 100% accurate, but it'll be accurate by line of sight, which for me is good enough. And then I think another layer behind and then onto a card. So let's grab, I've got a white card here. So I think I could either pick out this yellow here or the green. So all of our papers, when you see the full pack, tell you on the back what the colours are. It does also tell you in the catalogue, but the catalogue tells you the main colours. So this has got crushed curry, mossy meadow and old olive. Those are the colours that I'm looking at. So I'm thinking, let's have a look at crushed curry, see what that looks like behind. Oh, that's a stroke of luck. Ooh. That was a stroke of luck, but that actually fits. Oh, nearly. I do need to trim it down a little bit. Okay. So I think that would definitely work. Rather than the starry sky, it's got blushing bride. I could try that, see what you think. It's amazing how different it can look. Ooh, I quite like that too, actually. I think I prefer it. Yeah, I prefer it. And this is actually a card base. Let me see. I've got another rough cut. Oh, I've got this one here. Okay, so let's just trim that down. There we go. So this is going to be 10 centimetres by 14.35, so just half a centimetre shorter than the card. Oops. And I think that would be quite nice if this was embossed. I know you can, although you only see a little bit of it, so is it worth embossing it? I'm not sure it is, because you're only going to see the very edge. So no, I'm not going to emboss this one, but keep a lookout. So I will use this set of papers again tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'm here on Tuesday evening. There we go. I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals, which I have here. So if you missed the very beginning, I just did an introduction to our current catalogues, just a reminder of what's current, what's going, what's coming. So if you missed that and you want a refresh, then just watch the replay or watch it on YouTube later. But just to say, these are some of the new papers that you can get from Thursday onwards. If you're a demonstrator, you can get them earlier, and there is a great joining offer for joining our team, so watch out for details of that. There we go, I like that. So let's pop a sentiment inside that says little card, big thanks. Little card, big thanks. I'm just going to pop that inside. I think that typeface works really well. It's quite a plain typeface, but I think with the detail of the flowers, I think that works particularly well. Don't want anything too fussy. So let's add rich raspberry on the inside. That on there. Let's just bring my piece in here. So that definitely slopes up. I can see that. Okay. Didn't bring a cleaner with me. Right, let's try that. That unlucky. Right, look straight to the block. Don't look at the stamp. There we go. Little card, big thanks. There we are. So there are my first 2 cards of 2023. I didn't do any crafting yesterday. I was doing a lot of sorting and tidying. I might add a bit of bling to this one. Why not? Thank you, Blender. It's a little bit big. Just want something small. Ooh, little butterflies. Will definitely work. Yep, let's add some butterflies to that. Love these brushed brass butterflies, and they come in 2 sizes. Let's use up some from that strip there. Okay, so let's pop one there, and then maybe 2 smaller ones. One up here and down there. tiny hair on it. There we go. Okay, so there's our finished cards. So really simple cards, but very effective. And that's with our Sale-A-Bration papers, Dainty Flowers. So thank you for joining me. I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, at 7 p.m. I do like to alternate the times so that it's fair for people who work. I know it's a bank holiday here in the UK, but it gives everybody an opportunity. So do join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you, Jeanette, Glenda, Jill, Brenda, Lynn, Moretta and Claire. I think that's everybody who said hi, but obviously there's others watching. So thank you so much. Moretta, I sent you a message for our Gems Challenge. If you haven't seen that, have a look. So Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you have a healthy and a happy year ahead, and with plenty of crafting. Thank you so much. Do take care. Look forward to catching up with you and crafting with you soon. Bye for now.